MangoBae, MangoBae. Welcome to MangoBae, everybody. We're here live with the podcast with Usama and Pranav, and today we have a special guest.
Who might that be?
I think it's Pranav's childhood best friend.
Hello! MangoBae,
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/MangoBae.
Bay.
Welcome to MangoBae, the one-stop shop for South Asian recklessness. We are two best boys who bring the news and the guests and the ideas. We have Sujata.
We got Sujata on the pod.
The myth. I've only heard the legend of this woman.
First of all, you killed it on the intro, Suj.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was
You did a great job.
That was NPR level good.
Oh, wow.
For
All
sure.
right.
For sure. It was
NPR
awesome.
level. It's not a compliment, okay? Stop looking all happy.
Almost fell asleep.
Do we
Almost fell
strike you as
asleep.
NPR people?
I listen to NPR.
Okay.
Sujata is Pranav's oldest friend. we'd say.
Oldest friend, best friend on earth. I
Yes.
love this person. This person is the biggest fucking character I know.
I have gotten to know this Rango looking ass, you know.
Yeah.
She is hilarious, super cute, super funny. I'm a fan. I'm a fan already.
I'm a huge fan. Sujata, I don't even know how to really intro Sujata. She is the biggest jungly I've ever known in my life.
She
Actually.
looks like a tree growing. Like she's already
is.
doing like jungle tree shit. Like you're hilarious.
my
She is. She is. Every time I talk to Sujata, Sujata has a jungly story. It's not even for her. It's not a jungly story. She's like, "Hey, just another day at the office for Sujata." You know.
I stabbed a local.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, exactly.
It's
It's like
such a-
stabbed. But here's how the conversation goes. Here's Sujata. Sujata is my best friend. We're going to talk about all of her illustrious life, and she's a truly amazing person. But here's how every conversation with Sujata starts on the phone. Right. Every time I see a phone, Sujata's name light up on my phone, I hear the Jaws music. I'm like, dun, 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 dun. I'm like, something fucked up just happened. Right. Something fucked up just happened.
Or the O Fortuna song.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know? Or just hear broken glass, you know? I pick up,
my
it's like,
God, it's a
preen. She calls me preen.
Oh, I love it.
For no good reason.
For no reason.
There is a reason.
Preen, and then it's full on crisis mode.
Oh, my God.
The last time this happened, well, I don't. Do we want to just get into it?
We can just get right into it.
Okay, Suj, I want you to tell us right now what happened at the jewelry store. Okay, what happened at the jewelry store, Sujata?
All right.
This is Sujata Goyal. Sujata, by the way, before I'm just a brief intro. She is an illustrious, international, absolutely brilliant dancer, contemporary dancer,
Yes.
artist. I mean, just one of the best human beings. She's a gift to my life. She is a soul mate of mine. I love this person. Sujata, what happened at the jewelry store? Tell us. She lives in outside of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, currently.
I live in Harrisburg.
Yeah, she's starting
Yeah.
up the first brown chapter of the Ku Klux Klan.
I'm
Okay,
loving this. I'm loving this Harrisburg pride all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
I know.
I'm a Harrisburg till I die.
But we grew up in Camp Hill, which
Well,
was
yeah, so this
borderline
is-
Klan country.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm living in the city now, out of the suburb.
The wild times of Harrisburg.
Coming here is like going to like the moon or like Mars.
just
Like,
don't get
okay,
all
anyway, the
wide-eyed
Capital
on the
City
podcast
Mall,
right
that's
now.
the mall. That's
Yes.
the only mall
grew up
in
at
our
that mall.
area.
It's a
We
great-
grew up
great
with that
mall.
mall. That's what we did on Friday nights, Saturday
Wonderful
nights.
mall.
Anyway, so
You're at the
I
Capital
was at
City
the
Mall.
Capital City Mall doing some crazy last minute Christmas shopping.
Mm-hmm.
My boyfriend and I were supposed to go together, but he got sick. And so I was kind of left at the last minute to figure out like his mother's gift and his father's gift and his brother's. And I also get really into it and I want to get them like just the right stuff. And so I'm at the
Just
mall.
to distill, everybody, Sujata's left to her own devices. This is what
Yes.
we're understanding now. Danny is sick, her
Danny's
boyfriend,
sick.
and so she has to be at the mall by herself.
I love how when you said Danny is sick, you're already annoyed at Danny.
I know. She
Your
was like,
bitch
Danny
immune
was
system
sick.
couldn't handle it.
Somebody got COVID
Somebody
like a
got-
little pussy.
No, okay. He was sick, yeah. So, but yes, I maybe latently I was slightly like, why he should be here with me now. Anyway, So I'm at the mall and I started to get pretty into the shopping then, and I hadn't been shopping in a long time, and I've got like shopping in my blood. My mom is like
That's all
that
our
was her
parents did.
addiction.
100%.
Okay, and so
She's at the Capsit Mall. She's having an orange Julius, maybe little Auntie
Oh
Anne's
yeah, I mean she
pretzel.
worked at J.C. Penney for like 20 years. You know, actually
Macy's.
Macy's, Hex.
I worked with your mom at
Wanamaker's. A lot of people did, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, Dickie did. But anyway,
to bring
so
Tiki into this. Okay.
so
I'm right here about Tiki.
so I'm at the mall and you know I just like I decided on like the genre of jewelry for my boyfriend's mom, and I was like, you know, I think I can find her something that she'll like and nice. So like I was going to all the jewelry stores in the mall looking, and for some reason like all these jewelry stores had mad sales, like 75% off and stuff. So I was like, yeah, okay, I got to just find her something she'll like, because this is like nice stuff for
So
a decent
get
price.
to the-
All right,
get
it's
into
good.
the
sorry,
jewelry
sorry,
store.
sorry.
I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
Yeah, actually, I have a problem with the details, so you should cut me sometimes. So yeah.
Called autism.
It's called being a female too.
So anyway, okay. So there's this store.
Oh.
I don't mind. It's okay. I'm used to the patriarchy.
Okay, shut the fuck
All right.
up.
So
that didn't
You're
help.
like, you're like, I'm used to being called an autistic female. That's one of my main traits. Is people love calling me an autistic female.
Okay. So there's a store in the mall called Joseph J Jewelry. Okay.
yes.
So I'm like walking by and I see again these signs of like 75% off and all that. And I see a couple of pretty nice sets, you know. So I go up and I'm, you know, looking at some sets, but the price isn't there. It just says 70% off. So I'm like, you know, so then there's a woman kind of towards the end, she was with somebody. And so I said, excuse me, you know, can you tell me just what the price is? And she said, yeah, I'll just be with you in a minute. I'm just, you know, finishing up with this guy. Then another saleswoman walks out, and there was another customer across from me also looking at stuff. And so we were both at the same end, and we were both not being waited on, you know, whatever.
Yeah, here we go. Okay.
And so,
Okay, here we go.
So this woman comes out and she says to the other woman, this young white pregnant woman, okay? So she says,
You mean bitch?
she says, she's like, can I help you with something? And this woman says, no, I'm just looking. And then the clerk turns around and starts to walk. And I said, wait a second. And I said, but I actually need help with something. Is it possible for you to help me?
Okay.
And she said,
Whoa.
Is that how you said it? Is it possible for you to help me?
yes, yes, actually, because I was all off the bat annoyed because she just turned and walked away. So then I said,
So wait. So basically, she was asked the pregnant lady if she needed
Yeah.
help. You were also in line, right?
there was
But-
no line.
It was
There were
in
just
the
two
area.
of us and the counter. So
Got you.
Yeah.
So she finished with her and just kind of went.
just
started
went
walk,
back
got
to
you.
the.
Okay.
She was turned to go
Here
to the back.
we fucking
Yeah.
go.
So I was
Right.
just like, I need help, you know.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then she said that the other lady will assist you. And again, turned around
Whoa.
and
Whoa.
that was it. And Pranav knows. Okay. And I was like, so I mean, I don't know, like.
broke her arms.
Yeah, so I was just like, so you're willing to help her, but you're not willing to help me.
Ooh,
and then
baby.
she turns around and then she comes back and she's like, I'm sorry, what did you say?
Whoa.
And I said, you're willing to help her, but you're not willing to help me. Is that correct? And by this point, the pregnant lady's just like scurrying
She's giving
out.
birth.
Have a miscarriage.
She's
Yeah,
giving
yeah,
birth.
basically. She's just like, I gotta go.
Her water's breaking.
She's like, I don't want to be involved in this, you know? And so then the other woman comes and she says, I told you that I would help you in a moment. You don't have to be mean. And I said, I'm not being mean.
Can I?
So this
can I
is the
stop
other.
here?
This is the
Wait.
other clerk.
Yeah, the one who was, at the other end.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. So he's protecting the.
She's protecting the
first clerk.
that had come. No, she's protecting the second clerk. The first clerk came
I got you.
and said, you don't have to be mean. I said I would help you in a minute. And I said, yeah, but she came out and she asked the other customer if she needed help. I was still waiting. Isn't it her duty to then ask me also?
Here we go.
And so
Here we go.
she said, what did she say? This is my brain going.
This is good,
So
this is
yeah,
good.
so anyway, the vibe was bad. And
To say the least.
yeah,
Yes.
and I said, so she was like, I was gonna help. You know, what is it that you would like to see? And she said, you know, I don't think that this is very, you know, you didn't have to speak like that. And I said, well, you didn't have to speak like that. And she said, you know what? I don't think I'm going to help you. And I was like, well, you know what?
Ooh.
I don't think I really want to do business here. Okay? And then she
Whoa!
said,
Whoa!
and then she said, I'm sorry, but this to me seems like retail abuse. And I was like, no, actually, I think this is abuse of people who aren't like you.
Whoa! Racism card.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! She's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. Right?
She was,
Race and attack mode. Okay?
yeah, and then she...
So it's like a battle of the struggle.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was the race, retail, and then also she was like 75.
And then the woman
So
lifts,
it was like
lifts up her
ageist.
pant leg. She's got one leg. She's like, I think this is abuse of one-legged bitches.
Then she lifts it up more. She has a dick. She's like, I'm also trans. This is trans abuse.
So then I just, at that point, it was like, fine then, and so then I was like, yeah, I don't really think I want to do business here, like I said, and all that. So I leave and like my face is flushed and she's just like, and like, and so for some reason, but I am like, I don't technically want to hurt people or something, but so I was
Okay,
just,
do you think that's true? Do you think that's true, Sujata?
why do you think I called you?
Yeah, 'cause
then?
you called me.
No, I texted you at that point.
You texted
Then
me
I
at that
went to
point.
Macy's and I was like, all right, well, I'm going to give Macy's
Oh,
my
God.
business.
Yeah,
You know?
and by business, she means retail abuse. Okay?
So you're bringing that energy into Macy's. You're kicking kids in the face. Right?
But I actually got along really well with the guy at the Macy's thing. We actually ended up talking, and he was like, "Those earrings are really ugly." Yeah. So anyway, but so then I texted you, and I was just like, I just got into a fight with the Joseph J. Jewelry
Yep.
clerk, and you were just like, "Tell me more."
Yeah. I think I called you right away. I was like, I
You
gotta
were
hear
like,
this.
"Call me," and then I.
But I was like, give it to the lady too.
Yeah,
Let me hear her side.
exactly.
See what's going on.
No, but so I was like, I can't call you now. I'm actually giving Macy's my business, and so
I'm with you so far. It's just such a Karen way to go about this.
so this is the thing.
That's the thing. It's like,
So because Danny my boyfriend accuses me of this Karen thing also.
Keep going. Keep going.
I love it. I'm on your side though. I want you to know.
Okay, yeah. So now, I'm texting Pranav. He's kind of like, like laughing on the text, and he's like, "All right, call me later and tell me the story." So then later that evening, I call him, and then I'm telling him the story, and I said, I do feel kind of bad. She was older, and then I said it just dawned on me that maybe they work on commission, and that's why she wasn't helping.
Yeah, could be it.
I didn't realize that until much later.
Could be
and
it.
Pranav was like, yeah, the people in jewelry work on commission, idiot.
I totally forgot about that.
So did I.
So it was like she was the mark. The pregnant lady was the mark for her moment.
Yeah, so it was
Hilarious.
almost like if she had helped me, she would be dissing the first clerk. You know what I mean? Because
I totally get this now.
So in fact, it wasn't her being racist probably, and me just like projecting identity politics onto her and like whatever.
Yep.
So then I felt bad, and then you were just like, go apologize.
I did. I was like, you should go back and apologize.
Did you go?
No.
I still think you should go back
Dude,
and
I
apologize.
I'd be so ashamed.
If a Karen,
Yes, that's the point.
if a Karen ever says I was wrong, she just starts melting.
Yeah,
and dies.
exactly.
There's no
Suj
world.
isn't like a true Karen, but every Indian woman of a certain generation is a Karen in America.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're so
Exactly.
disenfranchised and disempowered that whenever they go out into the retail space, they're like, now you guys are all my bitch, okay?
You would love my mom because my mom's worse than you.
They're all bad.
But I can relate. Yeah.
OG
Yeah.
speak to the manager vibes.
Dude, my mom, she got back 30 cents less than what she was owed. She's like, hey, can someone fire him? Immediate escalation. Immediate. My mom is a bitch in the streets, dude.
She took off her fucking chappal.
I just hitting him.
Hit the knocker, as she called him.
Beats the manager too. Dude, I would love to see you pull the same shit out of Foot Locker too. You know what I'm saying? With like all
Why
this bunch
Foot
of
Locker?
dangerous Dominicans hanging out in referee outfits. You know? Excuse me, sir.
I've gotten into it with like black women and like remember
what?
when I had that bout of like where I was
Bout?
like
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna no.
Let's do the bout.
Afterwards, during or
of
post
having some
drink.
run-ins with black women.
Can we talk? Can we talk
And I
about
was like,
this?
you're not powerful enough for this yet.
Dude, you have to upgrade your level in RPG. Like you play RPGs, right? Where you have to upgrade your level before you see the boss battle.
What? I don't know what you're talking
This
about.
is like a weird video game metaphor. You can't beat the boss until you beat the mini boss.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not at that level.
You're gonna fight a black woman. What is this? What is
I
this
mean,
story?
I think Sujata could do it. It's just I don't know if Sujata's ready to take it to the level of violence.
Okay.
Because again, we're talking about retail spaces, the retail battleground, right? And look, all the
Old
videos you
white
see,
ladies.
you don't see Indian women kicking ass in a Walmart,
That's
right?
true. That's true.
You do see black women kicking ass,
Right.
in retail spaces, white women kicking ass, Latina women.
Oh, yeah.
Right, all of that.
Yeah,
you
that's
don't really
true.
see Indian women. They usually.
But I wouldn't
They go for- they're more-
underestimate the Indian.
The Indian women are more.
chicks.
Yeah. You guys are more into structural violence. Okay,
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah.
You call the manager. You call the manager's
Yeah.
manager.
Yeah.
We get
okay?
into the social dynamics
Social
of it.
dynamics.
We're
Eventually,
like-
you become fucking the HR manager.
You ask
there,
them, who is your
know?
mother?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah,
You,
yeah,
you
yeah.
go to the source of the problem.
and then we're like, we're gonna
Yeah.
make you into a little cast. No.
Indian men get angry and fight
Exactly.
other Indian men.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like if they're angry, they'll just find some other Indian to beat. That's Indian man shit.
Right.
Indian moms are definitely more structural. The final level would be you fighting someone at a McDonald's. This is
That's
the final.
true. That
Sujata,
is the final
she, like,
level.
rises up.
That is no, not just anybody. It's fighting an employee at McDonald's.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
a McDonald's employee would be pretty intense. But can I just, in my defense,
Okay.
and in your mom's defense,
Oh, fuck.
and probably your mom's defense, all our mom's defense, desi mom defense, is that in India, to get things done as a woman is not an easy task.
Okay.
And you have to kind of
All
keep
right.
the, you know,
Keep cracking the whip,
I love
right?
it. I love it. I love
The
it.
whip.
or you will lose your everything.
Okay, listen.
So this is stemming. I'm just saying and I was a defenseless Indian woman alone for many, many years there.
I've seen her abuse retail workers in India too. This is why
We had a huge fight,
I brought
actually.
this up. I've seen her abuse retail workers in India. We were in Chennai. This is how slick this bitch is. She started cursing this poor woman out at an optometrist in Tamil. She fucking bitched this woman out in Tamil. She doesn't even speak Tamil. She's
I do
Punjabi.
enough.
You're
I speak
Punjabi.
enough
That's
Tamil.
hilarious.
You bitched her out in Tamil. Okay? You had her up against the ropes. This poor mousy girl working behind the
I love
counter.
it. I love it.
She just came in hot too. The woman's like, ma'am, I don't think. She's like, ma'am, I don't. Idiot.
You're doing
Give me
It's like
this.
enough party. But
Because it was an optometrist, she also had her like gigantic Coke bottle glasses on. Like the glasses she wears are like it's like bulletproof glass at a fucking White Castle. That's what she's got up here, up top. You
got
know?
really mad bad
And then so
eyesight.
she's wearing these glasses and she's you know, she came in with that
love it.
Rajnikant energy.
I love it.
Right?
I love it, dude.
Dude, I'm telling you, it stems from a deep fragility in me where I had to defend myself against a lot of South
Against
Indian men who were
90
like, hello, I want to be your friend.
Okay.
You know, and like,
Hey, pussy, please. Love.
you know, different versions of that and being taken advantage of and all that. I'm not saying that that's all my experience was, but I'm saying that as a young chick who was from also the States and like, it was like, you know, I had to navigate my way around and it got tricky.
Yeah, and sometimes it leads you to do stuff like retail abuse, or hit and run at the capital city parking
Oh,
lot.
that was the
Okay?
other one.
A lot of this woman's their battleground is the capital city mall.
There's just
Okay,
like,
this is like this
How are
last
you not banned
incident.
from that place? Like they don't know your face yet.
Truly,
Like they don't know.
I don't know.
This
the Cap
this woman-
City Bandit is what her name
It's like
should
she
be.
comes in and this woman destroys one thing and leaves. Auntie Anne's over there crying. You know what I'm saying? H&M's in shambles. Fucking food court's on fire. Sujata walking away like an action hero. Just like slowly takes off her sunglasses. Mission complete, you know?
I don't know. That place just, you know, but
Dude,
yeah.
I'm a fan of you in these situations because my mom is just that. Anytime
Yeah,
we went
I can
outside
understand.
into the world, and you know what, you mentioned an interesting point that my mom was trying to create power where there was none in her own
Yeah.
defense. Here's the thing: it's not against these powerful figures that she was going after. It was against like waifish white dudes who had pimples everywhere. It's like, I will kill you.
See, that's
You know,
the
like,
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
like, dude,
it's like
oh,
teenagers.
dude. Yeah, it's
Like
like
75-year-old
My mom-
one-legged women.
my mom one time, dude. This kid, Tom Thumb, couldn't like ring up the lettuce. She started like ripping up the lettuce. She's like, I don't even want the lettuce. I am gonna eat meat now.
No, but I can.
Dude, it was crazy, and this kid just like growing pimples in real time. He's so stressed.
Stress pimples.
And me and my brother are hugging each other like Syrian refugees, whose parents just like, ah, dude, I'm 28. My mom is a complete insane during COVID.
Yeah.
During COVID. She's like in a mask, even more dangerous looking, and she's screaming in the mask, glasses.
She looks like the Invisible Man.
I'll kill you. Yeah, Ralph Ellison ass bitch, dude. It's a little much, and I'm a bitch too. I'm a bitch. I'm always accommodating the worst offenses.
Yeah.
But would you pick a fight? The fact that you pick a fight with a black woman is a whole different.
I mean,
I need to hear one of these.
that was
that's
in
because you know why?
Virginia.
Here's the problem: is that she had been in India too long. Sujata had, so
Yeah.
she didn't really understand what the dynamics were like here.
See, that the translation didn't happen.
Yes.
Yeah, so she was like, anybody's fair game for me.
Oh, she's a Nigerian.
Who wants to go?
Yeah.
That's Sujata's energy.
No, but now I've understood.
There's no black people.
She defaulted to an accent. She's like, but now I've understood.
I look over, she has a hijab on. What the hell happened? I think black people in India I've seen, there's no power there. They're just like Nigerians hanging out at Fab India type shit, you know? Here, there's like a block.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
A block of
yeah.
black, you know? And so what was your first fight after you got back from India with a black person?
No, that didn't start till later. I didn't venture into but the incident that happened with the black woman was at a Red Roof Inn motel in Virginia.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Danny-
lot of sponsors for today's
I love
podcast.
it. I love it. Thank you, Red Roof Inn.
Thank you, Joseph J. Jewelry.
Thank you, Joseph J. Jingleheimer Smith.
yeah. But that was the thing, and to this day, because I never left. I was like, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna put that review about April and like whatever, and I still haven't done it. But I still think about it sometimes. I'm like, oh, gotta do the review. But it was 2 years ago. It's 2 years ago, but it still irks me, you know. But yeah,
You're so demented. Okay.
no, she was really in the wrong.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
hear it.
So, okay, quickly.
This
in an-
episode, by the way, is called Retail Abuse with Sujata. Just
Abuse.
make
Lock
a
it
note
in.
of that, Joe.
Lock it in.
Okay.
So we were, Danny was with me, okay? So, yeah, he'll probably listen to this. And
Now, Danny is half black, just for context.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
well, he's like, it's mixed on his dad's side.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, but he looks white.
Yes.
Sort of. I don't.
But yeah, he looks kind of
You
ambiguous.
get that kind of Pete Davidson gray.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
you
He's
know,
gray.
yeah.
Gray man.
He's like a great man, yeah. So, but anyway, we were driving back from Virginia Beach where we had not had the best time, actually, and we weren't even speaking. So we were like in this like 5 to 6 hour
This is
car
like
ride.
Can I just stop you really quick? It's like I'm reading Goosebumps where they like turn to page 43 or keep going. Like you in the story, there's another story that I want to go
Exactly.
to.
But you want to hear about the fight with Danny.
Precious.
You want to hear about the fight
Jesus
with Danny.
Christ.
That'll be
I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
post
I apologize.
recording hangout. Yeah, but
apologize.
so we're like sitting in silence in the car, and it's just like so uncomfortable. And then he's just like, "All right, well, if we're just gonna get dinner, it's gonna be dark anyway. So why don't we just stay here?" And we were like in Arlington, Virginia, or was it Arlington? So it was like kind of in the south,
It's Northern
you know?
Virginia. That's not really the South.
Yeah, so it was in Arlington. I don't remember.
yeah,
Anyway,
keep going, keep
whatever. And he spent some time in Richmond as a kid. Like they lived there for a while. And so anyway, we were pretty broke after the VA beach trip, and so we had to find the cheapest option possible online, and it was the stupid Red Roof Inn for like $80.
I've been to one once.
Yeah.
So we get there, and it's like by the time we roll up, it's like 11 o'clock, and we are like just beat and like irritated, hungry. I was jonesing, you know.
Oh, yeah, because Sujata's an alcoholic. By
Oh,
the way.
yeah.
So, yeah.
Get to that.
Another
So,
footnote
Yeah,
in Sujata's infinite jest.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
filled with footnotes. Okay.
So I was just like, all right, here we are at the Red Roof Inn.
We
You
get a
know.
yarn board with
Yeah,
yarns being
seriously.
connected, and it all goes back to alcoholism. Like one picture of a beer
It's true.
at the center.
All these things
leads back to-
are in a way connected to her alcoholism, but continue.
Yeah, but so anyway, so yeah, just briefly is like, so basically roll up, the door is locked, like the lobby door. We can't get in. There's no one there. It's 11 o'clock and we had, driven. And so we're like knocking.
Here it comes.
Danny is, ask Pranav, he is such a mellow guy. Okay,
Sweetest
he's
dude.
like a teddy bear.
Yeah, sweet
Sweetest
guy.
Like, I mean, it's taken him a while to get used to me.
Right.
Pranav has had to mediate it a lot, where he's like, she's not psychotic.
Yeah.
This is just like she's emotional problem.
No, it was like, she's psychotic.
No.
And he was like, all right,
Leave now.
I guess I got to deal with that.
Save yourself.
But anyway, so he was getting annoyed, and because he was like, I have to go to the bathroom and whatever. And so there's a number on the door. This call, if nobody's here, we're calling. Somebody keeps picking up, hanging up, picking up, hanging up. And I was just like, are these kind of like weird desi vibe also. I don't know if I was just, So, because I was like, usually...
A Red Roof Inn would be run by Indians.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was just
And
like...
then your thoughts are like, if someone doesn't pick up this door, I'm going to fight a black woman.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I didn't know. I didn't expect that it would be this big black woman.
She was expecting a Gujarati.
I was expecting a Gujarati, actually. Yeah,
Her name was Shaniko Patel, actually. I don't really know this, dude.
I was already
You are now
projecting my
Patel.
anger.
You are hired.
I was already projecting my anger onto the Gujarati, the imaginary Gujarati. Where I was just like picking up, hanging up, picking up, hanging. What kind of nonsense is this? And
Bloody
and I was
nonsense,
bloody nonsense and all that. And I was like, just wait till this guy comes, So then.
You're charging up like I love it.
Yeah. So like Nilesh and all that were like in my head. I was ready to go.
Nilesh and all that.
So, and finally, April shows up an
fuck.
hour later, and she's like,
Holy-
Sabi, with her nails and everything.
Okay,
Easy,
getting
easy,
Rachel.
easy.
Okay.
Yeah. And
No,
her skin,
I loved her nails. I love her.
and her dark
From
skin.
him.
And I
her-
love her. I am
that-
not against, I'm not
that
like
hair,
a racist person.
Her generational
But
trauma.
I was just like, we've been waiting here for like almost an hour and a half, and I was like, it said, like, what the heck, you know?
Yeah.
And she's just like, I had to go run some errands. I was doing laundry. I had tons of things to do. And I was like, well, that's not our problem, And so I was just like, this is ridiculous. Danny, who never opens his mouth, he was like, yeah, it's been like an hour and a half almost.
Whoa.
And she was like, excuse me?
Oh, here we go.
And so she's getting it from both of us. This like white guy, gray guy, or whatever.
He's
and
gray. That's how
this, like,
biracial he
Indian
is.
chick.
Dude.
White, what do you get when you mix white with black? Gray.
Yeah.
That's Danny.
Well, it seemed like this woman was like,
Good-looking guy.
seeing with you and was like kind of tussling. Then some white guy chimes up and she's like,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah. Shit, exactly.
earrings coming
exactly.
off, right. So
So
white
She's on her
motherfucker.
own podcast right now. She's on like 95 South or whatever, talking about some Indian bitch.
White motherfucker.
Yeah, and her Castle Grayskull fucking looking boyfriend in there.
Yeah, well,
Not enough He-Man.
Yeah.
But as soon as she piped up, Danny like slithered
yeah.
down,
That's
and he
good,
was
that's
like, "All right," he's like, "I'm really sorry. I got to use the bathroom."
Yeah.
He's like, "We have our room key," and she was just, and I was like, "Hey, no, this is not settled." And then she was like, "You know what? Get out."
Oh.
And she was like, "I'm not going to give you the room." And I was like, "We already paid for it."
Yeah.
And she was like,
Whoa.
she was just like, "I don't care. Get out." And we had nowhere to go. We're like in Virginia. And she basically was like, "Get out." And all that. And I was like, you want to take this on? And I
Yeah.
was like, "I'm going to call the cops."
Yeah.
And she was just like, "You go ahead and call the cops." Danny runs. Okay. He's just like, "I'm getting
Where?
Come on,
Where? In a
Danny.
circle?
He just ran out.
That's what he does when he gets stressed out.
He grabbed
just
his
takes
bag.
mini laps.
He grabbed his bag and he was like, "I'm leaving." And he went to another hotel and checked himself in there. And
Where were you?
he left me there.
Oh no!
Fighting
no.
with April.
No.
So
Listen, that's a negative move on Danny there.
Yeah, that's a.
You can't leave your
But
girl.
I can't say I blame him either.
he was scared of the both of us in the lobby together, where she was just like, "Excuse me," to him, and I was just like, "This is not settled."
Whoa.
And then she's
Whoa.
like, "I'm not
Whoa.
giving you the key," and I was like, "Oh, you're gonna give us that key." And then it got into that space, and then the cops thing and all that, and then Danny was like, "I'm out of here."
This is like
Yeah.
two...
And then Sujata started voting Republican. That was her immediate instinct.
Trump is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
this is like, you know what this is? It feels like? It feels like two Chicago gangsters, like in Chirac, like not trying to give any ground. He called me a bitch.
Yeah.
So I got to kill him.
Exactly.
You know? It becomes not about anything besides an ego.
It's like
you can't lose.
It's like an honor killing, you know?
Yeah, it's like the Cuban Missile Crisis. Like,
Yes.
It's like every grand conflict in the world, but at a Red Roof Inn.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, the fucking Red Roof Inn.
Here's the thing. If you win the argument, your prize
Yeah,
is a room.
yeah,
at
it's
the
getting to
Red
take a
Roof
shit.
Inn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yay! Oh God,
Anyway,
what a
it
fight.
the night didn't end well, but it worked out. I'll
Wait,
leave it at that.
So you got the room.
No,
Oh my God.
did not.
You went to Danny. Your first
Then
words
she took it out on Danny.
had to have been, Danny, what the fuck?
No, actually, the thing is that Danny to this day doesn't know what happened,
Oh,
and
fuck.
boo.
Go for it.
Okay, it's kind of like a TV reveal.
Okay.
You guys got my back.
Oh,
you
100%.
might kill me.
Whatever that
100%.
means, he's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Well, after he left, April and I were going for it.
Yeah.
I was just like, you effing
Did you have sex with
peon."
April?
No.
Did you scissor with April?
No, we
Both
were like
roofs-
about to like
The
hit
roof
each
was
other.
red, and so was the basement, if you know what I mean.
I mean, she was. Anyway, whatever.
Hot.
We were screaming at each other. I try not to swear these days, but I was swearing at that point. She was swearing, and she was just like, you think you can take me on?
Oh,
And
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, I'll take you on. And I was just like, I have huge thighs, and
She puts on a McDonald's hat. She's like, oh, it's on.
anyway, she
I have
pushes
huge
me
thighs.
out of the
That's such
door.
an Indian male boast.
Puts on a McDonald's. It's
How could you take me? I have the thunder tie. Thunder's ties.
She starts slapping her thighs
like a fucking sumo wrestler.
like Dara Singh or some shit.
Gulam 2. Fucking the Sujata story. Dangal 2.
The thing is, she probably had bigger thighs than I did.
Oh,
but-
100%. The black woman in the Red Roof Inn.
Yeah.
She's going to be thick.
Yeah, and like nails out to here.
Oh, yeah, yes.
And, like
Okay.
eyelashes out to there.
They're all weapons, for
You
sure.
did not have the XP points to take
Yeah,
this fourth
yeah,
person
yeah.
on.
I didn't.
So what happened?
So she pushed me.
Oh.
Okay, and she's like, "Get out of here!" And after she did that, then I did
Oh. Whoa.
call the cops.
And then what happened?
So they were just like, "What?" And like, so
It's like, we don't know who to shoot here.
dude,
Which one of you should be killed?
We have black men to shoot. Can we just get this over with?
So basically, I was just like, this is what happened, and this woman, she's like, robbed us, and like because she won't give us the
Whoa.
room. Okay, so anyway, I was just like, she pushed me also, and she's like gotten super aggressive and like all that, and he was like, all right, well, they were just like whatever,
Dude,
and
too
so then
bitch.
they were like, we'll let you know if somebody can come out or something, so like.
Oh, it's on the phone call.
Yeah, but meanwhile, I didn't know where Danny was. And I was just sitting in the Red Roof parking lot, cut to the chase. So then I'm sitting there, 30 minutes go by, 40 minutes go by. No Danny, no cop.
Oh, my God.
No Red Roof Inn. I'm screwed. I lost the fight to April. And so finally, Danny picks up his phone after like my 100th time of calling. And he's like, yeah, I'm at the Comfort Inn. It's like 2 doors down. Just come here now and shut up and like go to sleep and stuff. And so, and then the cop did call me back, and then they were like, we can send this officer like Jones out. How do you? Is the what is it like perpetrator armed? And I was like, no, whatever. It was like, no, just don't bother. And I was like, you don't need to come. And they were like, all right, bye. So then, like it was just like didn't
I feel
happen.
bad. I wanted you to win in some way. I was
you.
still like, I'm rooting for you.
So that was the
Ah, that's
Okay,
so good.
that's-
That's so good.
Yeah, that's pretty juicy.
That's so juicy. You called the cops.
Well, she pushed me.
I mean,
What? It's too extreme. Like
I love it. I
it's
love
an
it.
emotional roller coaster.
I love it, dude.
Our guest today is Sujata Goyal.
Hi,
Sujata is one of my best friends, just ever. I
She's
love this
a-
person.
She's a Valkyrie. I mean, a true Valkyrie. Like,
Truly is. Suj, let's talk a little bit about your background, who you are, what you're about. We know what you're about a little bit. You're into retail abuse.
she's into throwing hands.
Yeah, and some of you guys might recognize Sujata. For those of you who were at the MangoBae live show, what a banger over the summer. Sujata was the one who was there who brought her own box of wine.
Yes. I remember
Okay,
that.
it was a lavishly catered event. We had tons of food, sponsors, beautiful sponsors, liquor sponsors, everything. We had just a glut of liquor, booze. Here comes Sujata with a half-drunk box of wine inside a plastic bag.
That was the big thing. It was like, I looked at it, it was like, it's half drunk.
Yeah.
You already came here with shit like ready to...
And her excuse, she was like, no, I wanted to bring something to your party. I was like, what?
The only way that would have been weirder is if you came in with like an IV dialysis.
Yeah.
Like, hey, who wants to share?
Yeah, and you know, she brought it for the party, exactly. She kept it under her seat at the party. She was guarding it like a mother hen.
Shut up! Oh my God!
I didn't put it under my seat. I put it under the table.
This is unbelievable.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was under the seat.
Dude, you remind me of my
maybe at some
mom
point.
so much. I love it. I love you. You remind me of my fucking crazy ass mom who does shit like this. You know,
Yeah,
I told
you
people,
gotta be
there's a story of how my mom almost fought 3 TSA agents to get mango pickle, but not like kinda. She was like disarming people, you know, like fucking going crazy.
They're stealing my jar.
My mom has stared down the barrel of a gun and didn't give a fuck. This reminds me of you so much. Like
How? Because she's got the 71 vibe.
Bro,
She's
she's
got
a
the
bad-
71 stare.
She's a bad bitch, and you were a bad bitch. And I am in awe, and I am in love with it. If I saw it, I'd be Danny vibes. I would
Yeah,
be.
you would run around in a circle pooping my pants.
I run around if there's no rooms available. I go like, oh God, that's crazy, and I go running around. I'm a bitch in terms of retail abuse. On the other end, I'm very, very accommodating and all that. So seeing this is almost like I just love hearing about it. But your background, so you grew up with P, like in Pennsylvania.
We grew up together.
Y'all were probably getting into some high jinks.
Well, listen, Sujata is known on the podcast. Sujata made an appearance in episode 1 of MangoBae, Brown Lies. Go check it out.
Oh, yes.
Sujata was my accomplice in high school. We both lied about doing our community service requirements.
Yeah.
And so together we both said we did it at the Hari Temple, which was in like Lewisberry, Pennsylvania or some shit.
The Hindu temple.
The Hindu temple there. We said we did it there.
Yeah.
And obviously we didn't do fuck all,
Yeah.
right? And we put down Shale Mangi as our reference, just thinking like, hey, and of course this bitch, Mrs. Sanders or whatever her name was like,
Jasmine.
hey, I don't trust you guys. It was just inherently did not
No,
believe
it was
us.
the notes that we wrote.
Oh, Sujata was a master forger in high school.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Right?
yeah.
She's
So
a
I
scammy
forged
bitch
2
right
notes
here.
for us.
Okay, she is very scammy. She does retail abuse. She be bullying her way into stuff. She's a forger. She was our go-to forger for our whole high school.
She suits
Anytime
herself.
and you know what? It wasn't that she was good at forgery. She was just the only one willing to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The balls to do it.
I
You know?
did it. But yeah, she was suspicious of the 2 notes.
Yeah. And so y'all got fucked. I want to know what's the biggest fuck situation y'all got into?
Me and Pranav together.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. She's got her own better solo
Yeah.
stories, you know? It's like I'm the guy she would call to bail her out
bail
of
her
shit, which is wild if you know me during
Right,
this time.
right.
Yeah, that's
Right?
He's the voice of reason.
Like I was the biggest
voice
jungly
of
of all
reason.
times, you know. But every crisis, Sujata, Pranav, fuck. Oh, fuck, Pranav. I got called out of class on a couple occasions. This is in high school.
she
It's a
called
fairly
you out of
strict
class?
high school. I'm thinking, oh my God, what the fuck's happening? It's Sujata who's like, dude, I just ran over an old lady. What the fuck should I do? It's like stuff like this, you know? I got into X, Y, and Z vehicular incidents. Look at her most written. None of it stops. You know?
Guys, it's
Up
gotten
until
better.
2-3 a month
it.
ago. This woman calls me. I'm in the capital city. Preen. I'm like, what's going on? I'm at the Capital City
love
Mall
that
parking lot.
All your problems happen in very hood places. It's never like, I was at a Bloomingdale's, and it's always like,
No,
it's
I don't
any
have any
intense,
money.
like, it's any
location.
retail place.
It's pretty
okay?
intense.
It's any retail place. She hit and run. This idiot, okay, I love her. She's a genius in many ways. Okay, absolutely the most talented person I know. Okay, she does a hit and run in the Capital City Mall parking lot. Okay, and then who does she go? She's in the middle of it with the cops. She's like, hold on 1 second. You know, who's she gonna call? Her attorney, maybe a parent, maybe somebody. She calls me. It's like, what should I do?
I love the idea is if she's like a politician, she calls you, Pranav, I just started a war with the Taliban.
Exactly.
Dude, what do I do?
What do I do?
They called me a bitch on Twitter.
Anytime she gets into trouble, you know? Anytime she calls me, Pranav, what should I do? I
Dude,
just
that's
molested a
and
3-year-old.
he was
What
asking
the fuck
for
should
it.
I do?
And it was April's son.
Yeah, it's April.
It starts getting intertwined, like different crimes start connecting.
It's a petty crime saga. starring Sujata.
Yeah, I guess so.
love
But
this.
you always help make me feel better.
I love
you know?
it.
I do.
I love it. Pranav is the ultimate. One time, oh my god, I shouldn't say this story. This is not a good story. I won't even say it.
Yeah, don't
But
even say it. I know the story.
I know the story. I'm not gonna say it. But he's always the first line of defense.
Yeah.
He be knowing.
Yeah. Oh, so
He be
you
knowing.
see what I mean?
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
It's true. It's because I've done enough dumb shit in my life that I
Exactly.
can
You
always
know.
help people navigate
But
around
it's-
their
that's
dumb
the
shit.
thing.
Like all your crimes.
That's not the thing for you, Sujata. Okay?
Your crimes are the same crimes of like a blind 75-year-old woman. I ran over somebody. I beat somebody up. It's like the same crimes. And so somehow
Oh my
you are like in this life of this. Like you have no senses left. No hearing, no smell, no sight. And so you
Just going in though.
Going in.
But just going in.
It's going in. I find it hilarious. I'm in love with this fucking insanity.
Sujata, people who don't know her, is actually a very accomplished contemporary dancer. Here's what I love about Sujata. Sujata had balls, you know? After high school, we're all getting pressured college and this, that. Sujata didn't go to college. Sujata went straight to India to pursue her Bharatanatyam studies
That's amazing.
as a Bharatanatyam dancer. Incredibly talented dancer.
You did the Arangatram?
I did Arangetram.
Dude, I went to 4 or 5 of those.
Oh, really?
I don't know why. The girls I wanted to fuck were all doing Arangatrams.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'll be there, Spital. I go there. It's a 9-hour. Ticket-two, yeah. Maybe later we can talk. Ticket-two. Jesus Christ, dude. Don't leave your bangles at home. We're trying to fuck. And I would go to these women that I liked, and they were doing these 9-hour.
Yeah, it's long.
One time there was a double feature. Remember, like this one lady, like fucking Rita and fucking Ritika were doing like a double, two explosion, double feature, and it was like legitimately we started at 10 a.m., ended at like 8 p.m. Oh my God. What in the world? Why is it so long?
So this is Suj, though. She went
repertoire.
straight from high school. She went straight to fucking Kalakshatra. Where is that? In Chennai?
Well, first I was at the private dance school of my gurus from the Yogaville days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so
then
you-
I was in Kalakshatra.
Was it
yeah.
Kathak as well, or was you just
No, it was just Bharatanatyam.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And she was there, and man,
Hell
I
yeah.
just remember this bitch was just thriving. She was the best.
Oh fuck yeah!
Incredible dancer. Then she went on to Parts, which is a very distinguished performing arts academy in Brussels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Modern dance.
It's peak,
Contemporary
pinnacle,
dance, yeah.
peak.
Oh my
But
gosh.
Sujata be getting in trouble.
Yeah.
you know,
So what happened?
she's the bad girl of performing arts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I got kicked out of parts.
Wait. How is this fun or is this like a bad story? We don't want to go.
She
into
was just a huge bitch to everyone.
No,
No.
no.
Okay,
Well,
maybe
I
I'm
think-
wrong.
It wasn't that.
Front up the therapist comes back.
No.
You're a
gaslighting
huge
therapist.
bitch.
She's like, that was my take.
Our time is up. Anyway, you're a bitch.
No, I did I did my first cycle there, and I think the school and I just honestly, I don't think they never had an Indian student before, so they were pretty naive in terms of
And this is Belgium. They're a bunch of bitches.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But they had no understanding of contemporary Indian dance in
Oh,
India, the context I was coming from. It was for them. It was just the colonial space where it's just ballet and white forms.
Of course,
and,
of course.
If you don't know that, then you,
You
don't
felt
know
very.
anything.
I do remember you felt very alienated by that experience. You would tell me about it, and
I mean, Brussels is 2 asshole cultures, right? Dutch and France. It's fucking.
Yeah, it's true.
2 of the biggest assholes coming together. Ooh, I'm from Wallonia. Shut the fuck up. Ooh, I'm from Flanders. Shut up. From what? Is there a bitchier name than Wallonia? I'm from Wallonia. Shut up.
no, yeah, there is. It's called Antwerp.
Antwerp. You're
Antwerp.
from Antwerp. You're at Antwerp, is what you are.
You are a twerp.
Und Twerpenhagen. With the retarded slow French. Shut
Truly.
up. Okay, anyway.
Hilarious. But yeah, it's a very weird country.
Dude, I did a layover.
In Brussels?
That's enough. It's enough for him to fill up his brain.
Dude, we hated it. It was so boring.
just
It
at
was
the
so-
airport?
No, we went to Brussels. Went around.
Oh, you went around.
Worst
Oh,
food in
really-
history, in the history of the world.
Yeah, there's not that much food.
You love French people so much, you fucking didn't fucking figure it out. It was the worst. But anyway,
It's so being in Brussels, I mean, it was really, I mean, I also started making my own work there at parts, and part of having to survive there was to rebel and kind of be cutting edge and be no, I have another kind of politics, and so that that was good, to be forced to do that there. But yeah, I left then, I think, with the school, and it just didn't work out finally. Like, at some point, I think I was smoking weed and stuff like that.
Okay.
But there was a bunch of us. I don't know, dancers, and everybody smoked. In our, the weird thing with dancers
Do you think
is,
it was racially motivated, you leaving parts?
I think it was partially racially motivated. I mean, yeah, again, I don't know who's going to listen to this or whatever, but I think it was sophisticated racism. I think they were sort of just we don't know what to do with this brown dancer.
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't know about Bharatanatyam.
Whose eyes keep getting all big. And
But they were it's it can't get past this level of just being a master class for a day. And I'm no, that's my entire life. So
Right.
And
They're treating you as a side piece or
it's either you have to stay nativist and exotic and just be I am the Bharatanatyam dancer, or you have to become a white contemporary dancer, because that's the only contemporary means white.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was I'm not into either of these camps. I actually come from a lineage of modern dance in India, which is really radical, and you guys know nothing about it. So, because in India, after I studied Bharatanatyam, I got really involved in the contemporary dance world that was happening there. That was very interesting and very progressive, much more so than what was happening, I think, in the European space on some level. But anyway, whatever. So
subtle parts dig right there.
Yeah.
Don't lose that.
yeah. So, but this is. But anyway, I don't.
Parts, more
parts
like
was
hole.
great.
More like
also.
asshole.
But
Which parts we talking?
Yeah, it was colonial hell, you could say.
I
I felt
believe
like
that.
I was with King Louis the 15th. And,
Yeah, or King Leopold, right? That's Belgium.
Maybe.
It is the most racist of all the
People be
European
forgetting
countries.
that Belgium had the most evil white man of all time.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah,
ooh,
it's
waffles.
rapes
It's
the Congo.
before the waffles,
Yeah.
it was Leopold.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think
You
it
know?
is pretty brutal and it's a strange country, but I also had a great time there. I mean, I met some really dear friends and all that. But yeah, so dance was my shtick.
Wait, so then once you left parts, were you still dancing? Where were
Oh
you?
yeah.
Where was this? Where was the next stage?
So I went back to India.
Okay.
So
And
my
For
tri-
more retail abuse.
for more retail.
That's where she really
but
cut her
you're-
teeth as a
but-
retail
but
abuser
here's-
is on her return trip to India.
'Cause when
After
the-
being in
when
Europe,
the
she
retail-
came with all that rage of dealing with the European racists.
Because when the retailers abuse back, that's when you
Yeah.
really get your teeth cut.
Well,
you
I
know?
got my dose of it too because I worked in Chennai at the Park Hotel as a hostess in the restaurant.
a hostess.
shit, yeah.
Yes.
You're the first thing they see.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So I got my share. I got my dose back, but no, that
Okay,
was.
but to be fair, you worked there for 3 hours.
Shut up.
Okay,
I
every
worked
job
there
you've
for,
had,
6
it's been
months.
an hour before you yell out the manager. You curse out the manager or something. You know?
Because he's like, hi, and you're like,
Kind of.
fucking hi.
Yeah.
What the fuck was
We're
that?
low, bitch.
What the
Get the fuck
was
outta
that?
here.
Shut up.
What do you want?
Shut up.
What do you want, manager?
Ah! I'm reviewing you. The reviewing thing was the craziest thing I've ever done. 2 years later, what happened to the review?
No, I still sometimes put it on my to-do list, and I'm just.
2 years ago, I had the worst day of my entire life. I love it.
But anyway, yeah.
So 20 years, this is you're 20 at some point in 20s, you're in Chennai again.
Yeah. So basically, just so 16, I went from Camp Hill to Chennai.
Yeah.
Then when I was 25, went from Chennai to Brussels.
Yeah.
And then 29, I was just about to turn 30, Brussels to Bangalore.
Holy shit.
And then
yeah, you
Bangalore
stayed
to
in Bangalore.
Chennai
Yeah,
again. And then Chennai to Pondicherry, then Pondicherry to Auroville. And Auroville was my last stop.
Yeah,
Like the
Oroville was great. I
cuckoos.
visited you there in Oroville.
Yeah, you
This is
did.
basically in Pondicherry, though.
So you were
Yeah.
going from Indian town to Indian town, getting progressively more chill in the environment, but still not being able to survive.
Yeah, exactly. She went to chiller and chiller places, but then her
Chiller-
anger kind of kept rising.
And then I went to Goa, and they were like, "You're too much," and then and then you just bounced. I love it.
I did my yoga teacher training in Goa for a month and a half. Yeah. But
It's a wild life. There's a lot of different fucking data points coming in. I fucking love how
there's
I can't tell where it's going.
I mean, Sujata is the ultimate jungly.
But
okay?
and through every city, just a bottle of box wine, just a little packet of box wine.
yeah, exactly. The
On
box
the way-
wine phase was really living in
On the way-
PA.
the living, and then I came back to the States.
Yes.
So Auroville was my last stop
Yeah.
of like a 25-year cycle from when I was 16.
Yeah.
And then I made it full circle back to Camp Hill.
Would that feel good?
But now I'm in the city, Harrisburg.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Fast times.
Does it feel good? Now it does. It's taken almost 9 years to settle in. But now I really love living in Harrisburg and visiting Pranav. And this is just amazing.
I love it.
being
I love
on
it.
MangoBae.
I love you. I'm already in love with you. I love your whole energy. Because it's not directed at me right now. That's just nice.
Exactly.
The first time I get
you don't want to be on the other end
for
of her
sure.
managerial stick or whatever, you know?
Well, Pranav knows is when I come across true adversity, I laugh and in a fucking jungly ass way. So you'd probably actually kill me if you were mad at me because you get angry at me. I'd be like, and then you'd literally
The nervous laughter, and then
I feel like I would give you some props. Yeah.
Some tomatoes.
But I feel like you would get it also.
Also, I know who you are now. I'm not gonna trifle anymore.
Yeah, don't.
You know?
Yeah, I mean,
Let's get into it.
Suja's whole family I love.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up with her family. They were great. I was a very dysfunctional person. My family were very normal people. And I was the black sheep in the whole community. They were very nice to me. They were the only Indian family that was nice to me.
So
They were literally the only Indian family that was truly embracing of me.
yeah.
Okay,
we
that's why
loved you.
the Goyles will always have my heart.
Of course.
You know, they always got my sense of humor,
Right.
all that. They always embraced me.
Well, Goyal is a Bengali name, isn't it? Why?
Punjabi,
They're Punjabi as hell.
So many
dude.
Goyals. Your dad is a little crazy too. Your mom's a little crazy too.
Yeah, they're all
not
nutty,
kooky.
dude. They're
We're all
nutty. all the
really
siblings are kooky.
deranged
Yeah.
people.
Listen, her older sister is whole other vibes of insanity. Just totally crazy. Shimona will, that's her sister's name, Shimona. Shimona will call me. She'll WhatsApp me every 6 months or something and just come out with some crazy shit. Hey, we should, hey, I saw your podcast. We should start a podcast. I'm like, what?
Wait. Does she live in America?
No, she lives in Delhi now.
Because I was like, if you WhatsApp somebody in America, you're fucking deranged. Okay.
Shimona,
Okay.
yeah, Shimona.
That's already crazy to me.
Shimona, she was a important person in the implementation or the introduction of experimental cinema into India.
That's so crazy that your parents heard Michael Jackson do a song. We're like, we'll name a kid after this.
Shimona.
Really?
Dude, you don't know how many black people I've met who make that joke about Shimona?
I love it.
Is it Sharona or
No,
Shimona?
Shimona.
Really?
That's how Michael Jackson used to say it.
Shimona.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
That's
but
insane. Yeah.
yeah, Shimona.
And my other sister.
I remember one time Shimona came and stayed with me here, and she started cultivating a friendship with the 13-year-old kid who lived above me in this building
insane.
at the time.
That's
to the point where
insane.
she's like, "Hey, maybe I can come meet you at work and we'll smoke a spliff or
What
something."
the fuck?
This kid's 13 years old. Okay,
That's crazy.
she's truly
She-
demented. Shimona's
No.
very demented.
But she would go to any length to find a weed connection.
It's true.
You know.
There is a lot of
kid has some
addiction.
weed. This kid has some weed.
Natty, his name was. Love this kid.
She's fucking this
Okay.
She doesn't smoke anymore.
Yeah. Natty, on the meantime, is I'm going to lose my virginity to this hot Indian bitch. That's what he's thinking. He's like, yeah, I'm going to shamon her.
Yeah,
He was he literally was like,
shamon
yeah.
her.
He's like, I'm going to shamon her. I was like, you're not going to do that, bro. You're not going to do that. I was like, chill. I was like, Shimona, stop volunteering to visit Natty at a Rainbow or whatever the fucking store is that,
Yeah, she would do something
retail
like
store this kid's working
Did
at.
Daddy's parents know about this
Natty,
burgeoning?
Natty's mom.
Yes.
Okay. No, of course not. Okay. This is one time
Whoa.
Shimona comes to visit me here.
It's so crazy.
Shimona would try and inveigle me into her little art schemes.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to be my assistant? I'm a photographer now or whatever. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you would because you were young enough to be influenced.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was. She's like a Svengali.
That's
She has
crazy.
a Svengali impact on the people.
Is she older? than
Yeah, she's older than me.
God. She's older.
Yeah, she's a filmmaker.
Shimona was my first mentor in many
Yeah.
ways, or dementor, really. If
Sure,
you think
yeah.
about it, okay?
Oh my God.
A very
Yeah, the film connection you guys had.
Yeah. And I love Shimona, but crazy, insane person. And then, of course, we have coming up the rear, maybe the craziest of them all at this point. I don't even know. I'm scared to mention his name. This is maybe my best friend of all time, right? Rohit. Rohit be listening to the podcast. My last interaction with Rohit, he's gonna fucking destroy me, annihilate me
I'd
for
be
bringing
careful,
this up.
Preen.
What is he gonna? Here's Rohit's signature move. All of them are rageaholics, right?
Yeah.
Here's what happens when a Goyal gets mad. Okay, it starts. They'll look at you really deeply in the eyes. Should I do it into camera?
Yeah.
They'll go like this. They'll just look you into the eyes. Very ZTV Mahabharat 1986 vibe. slight tilt of the head. Then the face just starts shaking. They'll just go,
Holy shit. That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
their face starts shaking. And you're like, what the fuck's about to... And then they'll blow up on you.
That's
They'll just
crazy.
tear a new
My
asshole.
mom basically.
That's
We learned
crazy,
it
dude.
from her.
So what do you do if he's like running away? Do you just chase him with that face? Just like, you know, like...
Do you face back?
yeah.
Listen, these guys, I had to witness their fights, and they're like 3 years old. They're fucking tearing each other's eyeballs out over a pack of sugar, like that you get at fucking Dunkin' Donuts or something.
This is the
Or like Sweet and Low, not even sugar. It's like Sweet and Low or something like that, and they're just fucking toothpaste.
Y'all all
they're
had,
fighting over a tube of
y'all all had
toothpaste.
like twins in the embryo that y'all just ate up.
Exactly.
Just mauled.
They should have been six. They should have been six kids.
tuplets. Just like...
That might have been what happened. Our family is like really Laraki types.
I
Like,
love it.
They love
it's
drama.
terrible.
They're all beautiful people,
Yeah.
though, is the thing. They're all the most beautiful people.
Yes.
Rohit is one of the most brilliant dudes you'll ever
Yeah,
meet.
yeah.
And I love this guy. He hates me. He despises me
not
right
hate
now.
you.
Listen, my last interaction with Rohit is Rohit discovers MangoBae.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm getting for about 3 or 4 years now. Rohit's been hitting me up once a year on WhatsApp with just some craziness. You
Yeah.
know, like, hey man,
Same
come to
like
Bombay and
Shimona.
teach a class. Very accomplished guy,
Yeah.
brilliant guy. Okay. Last time Rohit's like, dude, just found MangoBae. It's fucking amazing, P. It's fucking hilarious. He's naming guests. He's like, this birth is great, P. Da, 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 da. Then night falls. Okay. Night falls in Bombay. Who knows
he-
what's happening?
exactly,
You know, what a
turns into
horrible
like a
night to have a
werewolf.
curse, you know? This is Simon's Quest. Werewolf vibes. The total opposite. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Rishi Sunak is not to be celebrated, which obviously he's not. Okay?
It's pretty recent.
This is recent.
Yeah, we got you.
He's like, yeah, but 1971, you fucking idiot.
Wait,
He's
what?
like, you're a fucking like, shut the fuck up, Pranav. He's like, you fuck off. I'm like, bro, I'm just a comedian. I'm like, it's all jokes here. We're just literally just making jokes. He's like, fuck off.
It's on WhatsApp. It's on WhatsApp.
Fuck off, Pranav.
But it's in one of those.
I can see his face shaking too.
It's one of those like fob memes, you know. Like, fuck off, Pranav.
with the
like,
Dia in the background.
little garland.
Dia.
With a garland. Fuck off, Pranav. Times a Roman font. Insane.
Okay. And I'm just like, bro, I'm just kidding around. It's like, it's all a joke. I'm like, just chill. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck off. Fuck you, Pranav. He's like, I guess we really don't know each other after all. And I'm just like, damn. Like, God damn.
Ouch, man. I'm sorry.
It's
Why?
okay. It crushed me a little bit.
Yeah.
And it crushes me to even tell the story because I love this guy. I love this guy. This guy's like my original Usama.
Yeah.
In many
Yeah,
ways,
yeah.
right?
You wanted us
This
to
is my
meet.
OG. I wanted you guys to meet.
Yeah.
My deep. And again, I can't say enough.
Dude, it would have been like, I would have been in the daytime, like texting you, like, dude, Rohit's so cool.
He's the best.
At night.
Dude, he's chasing me with a machete.
Exactly.
What the fuck is going on?
It's pure daggers. Okay. One of the most beautiful human beings on earth. He truly is. Okay, and this guy, he knows how to give. He's changed lives of people.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. One of the best human beings. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, pure rageaholic. Okay, and it kind of
Full
came out
on.
of nowhere.
Okay, are you-
He always positioned himself as like, I'm the
He was
sane
like
one in
the
the
soft-
family.
yeah,
I'm
he-
the sane one. I'm the sensible of the family. And then out of nowhere, he
I
came
am
in, Pagal uncle.
Middle
We're
age.
thinking, oh, Sujata, Shimona, Pagalanti's in training. No. Rohit comes in with the Pagal uncle
vibes. And me, out of the three of them, who was
Is
always
now
the
the
most
most
psycho, is now the most sensible.
Wow. Now, are y'all all alcoholics?
Actually, I, who was the craziest,
Yeah.
am actually the most sensible out of all of them.
Yeah,
Relatively.
exactly. Me and Pranav. See, we were the black sheep of the Indian community, and now, see,
Yeah.
way to go, Preen.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
now
say
we're-
y'all have
now we're
changed the
getting
vibe
into-
so much.
Now
I
we're
wouldn't
getting
say it
into
was a full-
fights
It's not a full
at
180 yet.
Joseph J. Jewelers, you know, or
I'd
hit
say
and runs in the capital city parking lot.
It's a 90. It's not a full one. We're
Yeah.
on the way.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you're doing good.
I am doing fine.
Were
yeah.
you in that?
I'm just like, what's this wee shit?
Were you in
know?
that car waiting for the cops, being like, "I've come a long way,
Yeah, exactly.
man. You know what? I'm awesome now."
No,
I know.
No, actually, that's for the first few years. The first year or so when I moved back to Harrisburg, I was still touring the
International,
solo
yeah.
work of mine.
Sure.
So it was kind of like I was just Harrisburg was like this place I was coming to, and then I would leave every few weeks to perform and stuff. So it didn't hit me for a couple of years until the piece stopped touring. And like I was like, oh, I got to make another one. I'm in Harrisburg, like and I was just like, now what am I doing here? Where am I?
Right.
And then I was actually like trauma where I would have to go to places like the Capital City Mall to buy something or like whatever, and just be having breakdowns where I'm like, I can't believe I've been reduced to this. I'm sitting in like the Capital City Mall again. Like I'm such a loser.
You're in that
what
kiddie
happened?
place. You're in the kiddie place on the horse, just fucking having
Yeah.
a full breakdown. Yeah.
No, but like I couldn't. Now I've embraced it. Now I'm like, this is
Yeah.
But at first it was pretty like I am a full-on loser. My life is over. Like I've ended up back at like Giant.
No, so
the local supermarket.
You've been around everywhere. You've been around the whole world doing this piece.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
I
like, that's the thing.
performed.
You've lived like a dozen people's lives.
I had
okay?
a glamorous
and you've
kind of
ruined
life.
a dozen people's lives. You've worked in retail. Okay. So I don't think you should feel any kind of way about it. I mean, you should keep coming up to New York and visiting me. Everyone here loves you.
Yeah.
No, I would.
You made so many new fans at the MangoBae live show. Everyone was like, "Who's that lady with the box of wine?" I
loved you.
love her.
They loved you. They
I'd
loved
just
you.
be like, "Oh shit, what happened? What happened?" They'd be like, "She's fucking awesome."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "All right."
Everyone loved everyone's weird energy. at
Everyone,
that
my
place.
girlfriend loves Sujata. Your
No,
girlfriend,
I
your
love
girl
your
loves
friends.
Sujata too.
Yeah, she's
Usama.
awesome.
Loves that. Yeah. So like it's like MangoBae live show was a place where everyone could just like become their weird
It's true.
freak flag.
I think, yeah.
No gays, but besides that, it's pretty open. We have two options. You can stop, or we can go into some alcohol stuff. I'm down to just keep going.
Yeah, Joe, how do you feel about that?
What's that?
You want to keep going with Suj?
Are we going to do two-parter?
Yeah, we can make it more about just lock in with the alcohol stuff.
Do you want to talk about your alcoholism, Suj?
I can. What
Yeah.
your mom? What will she say?
She'll say, yeah, she's an alcoholic. I already know that,
Does she know?
Of course she
everyone
knows.
knows.
Your dad's an alcoholic.
My mom
know?
knows.
Your mom doesn't. She probably knows that Rohit is, but
No, no. According to her, Rohit, she's been frozen in amber in like middle school. He's like, he's the best young man alive. He is Shri Krishna or whatever, right? He's like Ramchandraji to my mom, Nobody can defeat Rohit. He went to Harvard. He's like, he's a good boy.
okay. Still, she okay.
Mom's locking on one memory for the entire.
Yeah.
Rest of- My mom was like, when Osama was 5, he ate hilsa fish by himself, and to that is her like claim to fame. Why I'm the best son. Arnab couldn't eat the hilsa fish because hilsa has a ton of bones.
No,
right?
I know. Yeah.
So I ate it by myself, and my mom was like, "Wow, this is hard." Like really good stuff.
That's an accomplishment.
My mom's that lady
when
who
you're
like
5.
who puts in a full fish in her mouth, goes like, and just like throws out the bones.
Wow,
she's
that's
that
a
bitch.
skill.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like cartoonish.
So next episode, we're going even deeper into Sujata's bullshit.
Psychosis.
So Sujata's
Derangement.
deranged psychosis,
And beauty.
Ill health. Except, she's taking. You know why I love you? You know why I love you?
of
Is
my
that
face?
no? It's every emotion is displayed at 1,000.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I
It's because she's
love
got
that.
those eyes. She's got this thyroid condition where
Yeah.
her eyes just be
It's
bulging
not
out of her
just that-
head.
No, I have. Okay.
And listen,
fine.
you have beautiful eyes, of
I know,
course.
you're gorgeous. You're
Okay,
absolutely
the-
gorgeous.
Listen, Sujata is
But-
like my childhood
Things are
first
sweet.
love. Okay, I was obsessed with Sujata.
Dude, she is gorgeous.
As a child.
And the fact that you're like an inexhaustible person because it's just like everything is just right there on 1,000. So I love that. And my favorite comedy is all very, emotive and exciting, So like I
Guys,
love-
check out Sujata in my Instagram. What do you call them? The highlights. Check her out. I've got a highlight that's dedicated just to Sujata, with impressions that
Yeah.
she does.
She's the best. She's
Oh
the
my
best. She did an impression of a
We're
man.
gonna be talking about
Hold on, real quick before we do. She did an impression of a man dying in All Quiet on the Western Front. Laughed for 30 minutes. I mean, the level of tragedy that this director was trying to create and what Sujata got out of it, the funniest thing I've ever seen. This next episode, we're going to go even deeper. Come on in, deeper. Oh, yeah. Stay with us. It's going to be great. We got Sujata locked and loaded. Stay with us here, Mango Nation.
Your mango bae.